All right, everyone, I'm going to talk to you about how I made this desert landscape so that you can make your own. So those of you at home, you should have some things with you. So the first thing we're going to start with is our background paper. So we'll need this, and if you'll notice I chose yellow, which it's different than this bright pink that I'm used for the background before, but I just wanted to pick a bright color that I thought looked like a warm color so that I can help it make it look like the desert. Now what I'm going to do is I have another piece of paper here to look like the ground in the desert. I want it to look kind of dry, so I went with this light brown here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line that'll look a little bit more like the ground. So I'm going to use a marker so you can see it really well on the camera, but if you are going to use a pencil, that is perfectly fine as well. So I could go up, I could go down a little, I could go up again, I could go down a little, but I'm staying near the top, so that gives me plenty of space for my ground. What I will do next is I will take that and I will cut on the line. So I'm gonna stay on that line, and if I'm cutting and all of a sudden I'm off the line, you guys have always told me get back on the line. So now I've cut out the shape of my ground, and I'm going to take this, I'm going to see how it looks on there. So obviously I don't want it up here, I want it down overlapping the bottom of the paper, so it covers that up and it looks like this is my ground space, this is my sky space. So instead of us drawing this picture, we're making our shapes and we're going to be gluing them together. So that's the next step I'm going to do. When we make our art that way, we know that is called a collage. So I have scratched the tip here, I've opened it and everything, so that should get it working. So I'm going to flip this over. We know I'm going to start with 4 dots of glue because I'm doing my dot, dot, not a lot strategy. I'm not putting syrup on waffles or pancakes. And then I'm going to do a dotted line across the top, the side, the bottom, the other side because it has 4 sides. And then this is pretty big, so I think I'm going to need a few dots in the middle. If I hold this up, I do not see glue dripping off of it, letting me know that is the proper amount. If I press it down and don't see glue squishing out from under it, that should also tell me. If I see a little bit, it's okay if I do that once or twice, but if I do that every time that I'm using glue, that might be a sign that I'm using way too much. So you're gonna get your ground ready, and then we can think about, well, what else do we need to put in there? What's next?